And I just want to say that we are on live now, and you guys can watch it, after the immersion. Send it to a friend, to somebody, just to see your performance here. So now I want Carlos to introduce himself and also to answer the same question.
Okay, my name is Carlos. I am 29 years old. Uh, I work as a software developer and I live in Botucatu, São Paulo. Uh, I have a daughter, a wife, a little cat, kitty. and, and about question number one, mm, depende. How can I say depende?
Yeah, it
Depende.
depends.
Depends.
Yeah.
So easy. Depends. uh, in first time, uh, some people's believe that uh, is homeless. Is homeless. uh, I don't know uh, how to think about this. What to think
Yeah,
about
yeah.
this.
It's complicated because the guy
Mhm.
in the video was saying he would rather stay homeless than go into a home or go into a place where people would take care of him. But then, yeah, I don't think anybody think like that. Like it's not fair to say that people just want to stay there, at least for me. But what's your opinion, Felipe?
Yeah, this topic is a very complex one. For me, it's very clear that there isn't an answer that fits uh, all the situations, right? Because we have to use the plural in this situation. There's lots of different reasons people uh, find themselves in this situation because uh, and even the choice, why not we have a very uh, weak society, right, with very with many people suffering from mental problems, depression, and the way of the drugs, one of the escape people find is to use drugs and alcohol. And people uh, ranging for every social level, right? I remember, for example, Whitney Houston, that famous singer, American singer, uh, millionaire, beautiful, young, famous, uh, and herself, if I'm not wrong, on the streets, addicted to alcohol and cocaine, right? So there are many reasons to explain the situation and even their choice. But this is, I imagine that this is the minimum.
Yeah,
Most of people would not choose to be on this situation.
yeah, yeah, totally. Your opinion, I think it's mine. Now you, Ricardo, can you answer the question?
Sorry, my mouse is a little bit bad. I love the thing. I love the video and the subject. Congratulations, Victor. It's a very deep topic and complex topic. So there are many ways to approach this topic. So I would say that it's a very hard choice for you to choose between the streets and in a very bad place to live, like a jail, like the man said. So I hear people saying, and very close people actually, saying that, oh, they don't want to live in those albergues, and they don't want to live in those shelters, so they are very, folgados and stuff. And I would say that is very easy to us to say that, because we are choosing about living in that apartment that I live in, a bigger apartment. You're not choosing these kind of choosing. So I guess we must have this in perspective. Uh, that is not the same choice that you have, in the same comfort that you have in your life, right? At least for us, I guess, right? The people who are here with access to internet and stuff. Uh, we could be uh, more poor, or more or richer, but I guess for dead people is very, very worst.
Yeah, I agree with you. So now let's go to question number two. How does society feel about homeless people? What are some stereotypes that people have about being homeless? Can you start, Felipe?
Okay, how society feel about homelessness people? Well, I think uh, the general picture is to see these people as lazy people, as addicted, uh, bad choices that led these people to this situation, right? And society feel fear, right? Uh, I think as Ricardo said, sometimes what we don't understand, we choose to a simple answer to, to make an easy explanation to a complex problem, right? Because this is a problem of health. It's a health problem. It's a police problem. It's a family problem. It's an economical and financial problem, right? So there are many ways to approach this fact. But society in general depict these people in an easy way. They choose to be there, and they are lazy people and drug addicted, so they are kind of trash that deserve this situation. I think this is the general opinion of those people.
Yeah. Thank you for the answer, Felipe. Now, Yunati, could you answer question number two?
Yeah, I think most of people has some fear of this person that live in street, because I think the big stereotype is that they are drug addiction, so they will do bad things to get money to buy drugs and this kind of things. And I think a small part of the people wants to help them. I don't know if you saw on news that a priest is on the news every day because they help people on São Paulo, and some politics wants to start an investigation with him because of this, because he helped the person is homeless. So I think most of people don't like the homeless.
Yeah, I just saw this news today, and I think there are a polemic topic about a person who were helped, a famous one, and I didn't get it at first, but now that you said it makes sense. But now can you answer now, Ricardo? Hey, Carlos, actually. Is that right?
Yes. Now I'm confused. It's
Yeah.
the real Ricardo or the Carlos?
I mean, you said you
Okay,
wanted to
cool.
be called by Carlos.
Okay,
I
okay.
don't know.
No, no, okay, okay. No, don't worry. Go, keep going. Call me Ricardos. It gets beautiful. I guess as I said, I already heard. I have heard people, very close people, saying about this in a very irresponsible way. So once I heard this guy saying that one uh, homeless man was uh, a homeless man had a tattoo, and I stayed thinking and whatever. What this has to do with something, you know? I don't know. It's very homeless people are not people, are not they aren't people. They don't have their own lives and don't get desires. And I guess this connects directly with the what that kind of what that man on the video said about the shelters that are very good and very comfortable to people to homeless people to get in, right? Because it's not enough just to build shelters and stuff. You have to build a place to live, a home to live. You know, it's not just a place or a house. It has to be a home to people live, to people live their lives normally and with love and with respect and dignity and stuff. So that phrase just uh, kept with me in a very bad way, right? Because it's not that expensive. A tattoo is not that expensive as well, so it's bizarre, right? I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
know even for where I start to argue, you know.
Yeah, yeah, but it makes sense, the things you said. So Carlos, are you there?
Yes. Um, it is a caramba. It's a difficult question because people have different pensamentos, thinkings about this, but the stereotypes are the homeless people is dirty peoples, smell bad, and they stop. They will stop you to ask for money, and that's it.
Yeah, yeah. So let's know. Ricardo, yes?
Can I say something? I was thinking about what Felipe said before, and I guess the prejudice comes from fear, right? And with that high emotion, with that very confusing emotion, you get easy answers to try to respond that. It's easier. It's very easier to you to just continue your life. You don't think about the big problems of society, right? And think about the big problems of society is to see also see that you have a little bit of responsibility. You don't have to take people, homeless people, to your house. You just have to just vote better and try to think about that issues critically, or more critically. So I guess that's it.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you for the addition, Ricardo. That was a good one. So let's go to the next question. Are homeless people lazy who refuse to fight for a better quality of life? Why they do not have their own home? And by this question, I mean, Felipe, Ricardo, Carlos already said a couple of things about being lazy, being dangerous, smell bad, like Carlos said before. So I want you to focus on question number the other question, why they do not have their own home. And I want you to say like theories. Is it because they were addicted in the past and they have lost in everything? Is it because they were prisoners and then once they could be in society again, they couldn't buy things? Is it because they lost their jobs and needed to sell everything, or they didn't find a job at all? Or is it because they did not fit into the society model of living, like you need to work 80 or 10 or I don't know 12 hours a day and you need to pay your bills? Is it because they don't want to do it? They don't agree with that? Or is it, I don't know, just let me know your theory right now. And I want Nachi to start because she's really good at saying things like really quickly. I think she knows already what she wants to say.
Yeah. So I think have a home is very expensive. Not everyone has a job, and it's difficult. You buy a house, you pay a rent and nowadays the rent is very expensive. So, and sometimes the person are not good, not just about drugs, but depression. So some people don't have a good mental health and they can't stay in their jobs. So no jobs, no money, no money, no house. It's easier, unfortunately.
Yeah, yeah, that was a perfect answer. I said to you guys, Nachi knows everything by the time I just say the question. So now you here, Carlos, do you have a theory or some ideas?
Yeah, I stayed with the Nati's answer because it's perfect. It summarizes perfectly. You know, no money, no no health, no healthy, no money, no house, no life. You know, that's it. I guess it's a very complex problem that there is no simple answer for that. You know, that there is a bunch and complex factors that influences that problem. Uh, I just remember the time that I was depressed. I still am, but nowadays I can deal with it. You don't get cured from, depression, but the time I was more depressed, it was already very hard with people helping me, with people by my side, can you imagine for these people that don't have anyone to help sometimes, anyone to give them a shelter or a night to sleep or a month to stay in somebody's house, to get a job, to get time to, or even to get some support, clinical support for disorders or something. And just don't say about education, right? Because they don't have absolutely they don't have the properly education to to try to see exits, right? So I guess everything starts on the education system that is very, very, you know, as a future professor or as already a professor, we can, you know, think about education, basic education.
Yeah, that's right. So Felipe, go ahead.
So why they do not have their own home, right? This is the main question. Yeah, as everybody said, there are plenty of possible explanations, answers. I can see, for example, a good example, what happened in 2008, primarily in the United States with the subprime crisis, right? Many banks in the United States went bankrupted, right? So what happened with the people, the middle class in the United States? The mortgage skyrocketed, right? The American family had just one house, one home, and they all paid high interest of mortgage. And with that crisis in 2008, many families went bankrupt as well. And all their possessions were that home. And in just a blink of an eye, they lost. Right? This is very complex. This is not just a matter of search for a job, right? For example, even ourselves, there are plenty of financial researchers on the internet preaching that this year our economy will skyrocket. So one of us would have an idea that I'm gonna sell my home, and put all this money in the investments, right? Paradise can be in, just in another street for us, but as well the hell. Bad choices. But we have education. Just 1% of the population here in Brazil are able to speak English, right? We have internet connection. We are here 8 o'clock speaking in the comfort of our homes in another language. So, but this is not enough to explain the search for a job. And many researchers claimed that 2008 was the biggest crisis in the capitalist era, right? Well, so bad choices. I remember as well that movie Will Smith did with his little son, The Pursuit of Happiness, right? The Pursuit of Happiness. A father, well, homelessness is it's not just a search for a job, as that move shows, is a family problem as well.
Yeah.
The family took apart. The father took the responsibility to raise his children, his son, and for a while they had to face the street, right?
Yes.
Until they become, and he continued to work. There's also a good channel, YouTube channel, a DW channel. It's a, if I'm not wrong, a German channel, but they all speak in English. And I saw one video there about homelessness in the United States, and all people interviewed in the video were people who has a job, people that
Yeah.
even facing this situation, living in their cars on the street. So even our families can be a beginning of this problem. No? The drug addiction is the most common, at least seems to be, but our wrong choices in money, uh, our broken families, even our unlucky biological genes, right? We can have depression. Depression is most of people have depression just because of their genetics. So there are many answers to explain a part of the situation. So why they do
Yeah,
not
yeah.
have their own home? Many situations can be answered to this question.
Yeah. Thank you for your opinion, Felipe. That was a lot of theories in just one answer, and that was a great one. And now I want to hear Carlos. Carlos, do you have a different, I don't know, perspective, a different way to answer the question?
I agreed with that. Not said. No money, no health, no house. Uh, the house is very expensive, and that's it.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Carlos. So let's go to question number 4. It's social assistance enough to change the situation of people without a decent place to live? Because the video was saying a really interesting thing that just giving them money or giving them a place to live wasn't enough. They needed to help them to identify the issue and then to, have a plan to just solve it. But what do you think, Ricardo? Is it enough for change everything?
I guess it depends on the help, you know. It has to be the right help and the help they need. Listen to these people and studying what they lived, you know, where did they where they studied, where they, you know, if they are sick, if they have a disorder or something. So this public help uh, has to be like from you know, a care study about these people and their lives, you know. So I guess it depends on the help.
Yeah, yeah. So Nachi?
Um, I don't think it's enough. I think it helps, but I don't know. I believe that the person needs to want to be helped because sometimes they don't want. So and you can't help someone that don't want to be helped. It's difficult.
Yeah, and it's really hard to find the real problem. Like, is it a mental one? A matter of mental health? Is it a matter of not wanting to work or not fitting into the capitalism way of life? You need to work and do this, do that.
And I don't know.
And
Sometimes person think their life is for them, so it's just this. Not better could happen.
yeah, my life, it's not mine. I know that, people control everything that I do, and that's it. I just accepted it. So now you, Felipe, do you think social assistance is enough?
No, I don't think so. But uh, I think uh, this is the best card that we have, to approach this problem. Uh, and depends, right? Repent, like Ricardo said, depends of the help, right? Because social assistants have to approach this problem because this is not just a health problem. You know, it's even a security problem too. Uh, but the mental problem, the drug addiction, many others many others situations that can happen. But social assistance is not enough because I think our economy, our politics, our society seems to create this kind of situation, right? Seems that these problems are growing in the world. It's not diminishing, but growing. We just saw a problem in the richest country in the world, right? So we have this problem in Brazil. All South America suffer from this same problem. I don't know if the Europeans have this problem. Probably yes, because there are nowadays lots of immigration problem over there, right? So our world seems to create this problem with our economy, our values. Seems to be a machine of creating mental diseases, economical diseases, problems. So yeah, it's not enough. I think there has to be a policy very uh, specific policy to approach this fact, right? Uh, and this is just even a problem of hygienic, right? People are not have not the possibility. There's no availability to take a shower. These are seems to be a very uh, very slow problem for us, but slow. How can I say?
A small problem?
Small problem for us, but for them, they don't have access to soaps to take a shower, so diseases take over of their bodies. Problems become another problem. So yeah, specific policies to approach this fact. Social assistance not enough, but in my opinion, is the best card that we have.
Okay, perfect. So, Carlos, do you think social assistance is enough?
Of course, no. If they help them, uh, they are not homeless. This is my my thinking about this is superficial. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
don't know how to think about this. Uh,
yeah.
that's it.
Okay, so Carlos, I want to ask you again, but now question number 6. We are skipping question number 5, and we're talking about question number 6. Do you often help homeless people? How so? Are you afraid of them? So if you don't want to say it, it's okay. It's a personal question, but you can just say it. Can you answer the question, Carlos? Yes.
Oh, since I were were kid, my mother always said, uh, uh, for me, manter distância for of these people, and that reflect my in adult life, sei lá. So, uh, poucas vezes poucas vezes é isso.
Yeah, yeah. It's okay. So now I'm going to ask you, Felipe, do you often help homeless people? How so? Are you afraid of them?
No, I don't use to help them for many reasons. My way don't cross with every day. Most of my day, I commute, I go to the work, enter my car, go to my home, right? Study. Well, live my life without crossing many times with homelessness people. Another, I can answer, I can say that my help cannot solve their problems too. Okay, can solve their immediate problem if they are hungry. Okay, I understand that. But 2 hours later, 3 hours later, they have to ask to another person. And this is very polemic. People, just because of this, refuse to help, and others, just because of this, help uh, as much as possible, right? Uh, yeah, that's it. I don't use to help. Sometimes, few times, as Carlos said, few times, yeah. But I rather give some food. No, I prefer give some food than money to these people.
Okay. So now you, Felipe. Actually, now you, Ricardo. I'm sorry.
Ricardo's Felipe. Uh, Ricardo's Felipe. Um sometimes I help them, even with money. I guess sometimes with food as well. But it's a very difficult position to be into, because we can't say just they are lazy and they just, I guess, if they get your money and buy drugs, you can't do anything about it, and you can't even judge them because of that, because they are in a so hard situation that you can do nothing about it. Once I cross this homeless woman that seems to be very hungry and very, I don't know if she was drunk or something, but I agreed to buy her a biscuit or something, and I buy her, but she takes the biscuit and throw it on the street. And I got a little bit scared, but that's life. She was angry. She was, I don't know how many feelings that she was feeling. So I guess that's it. Yeah, sometimes I am afraid of them. It depends on the situation. I'm human, right? But not often. I often I don't have scare of them. They are on the streets and they are human beings. And but that's it. I guess it's a bigger problem than just help with money. So just with a few bucks. So I guess it's a bigger problem, a complex problem that we already discussed it here.
Yeah, yeah. What about you, Nadia?
Depends. If I'm on the bus and the person don't talk too much, I always give something. But if I'm on the street, never, because I don't talk with strangers on the street because I'm afraid of everyone not homeless with house. I don't talk with strangers on the street.
Yeah, yeah. That was a good answer as well. So now we have just 9 minutes, and I'm gonna ask you all to be quickly in the answers. I want to do a different dynamic here. We have question number 5. 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. And you guys can choose a question to answer. Starting by you, Nachi, you can just choose a random question and just answer it. Your favorite one, or maybe one that
Yeah.
you want to talk about.
So the number 10, would you give a homeless person a shower and a bed for the night in your home? No, because I'm living just by myself, so it's very dangerous to do this. But my father did this once, and my mother almost killed him because just have my father and four women at the house. So they just put the guy in a room, and uh, and we are in another. But it was dangerous in the same. But me never.
Yeah, that's a hard question, but at the same time, it's a really complicated one because who would do that? Like, that's complicated. It's a really act of braveness for your father, Nachi. But you, Ricardo's, or Felipe?
Ricardo Sleepy, thank you.
Yeah.
Uh, uh, let's just try to to take a very good opinion about it and see critically, and let's try to vote better, right? You don't have to put them on your house. It's dangerous. Yes, they are very vulnerable, you know. But I like the question number 8. Why does big cities have more of a problem with homelessness than smaller rural towns? Of course, is the capitalism. When as the more rich people you have in a place, more poor people. For uh, rich people exist, you have to ha to explore people, and you must have poor people living in that place. So it's not a security problem; it's a society as a whole problem.
Yeah, that's right. I really agree with you, Ricardo, and I think that's the key of the answer, the capitalism and the inequality of power, of money, of everything. So, Felipe, what question would you choosing actually to answer?
Well, try to be uh, to to be short to words. I also like the question number 8. I think a little bit different of both of you. It's another good topic to discuss, but I don't know if I can agree if the answer is capitalism. Maybe the kind of the capitalism that we apply here, right? Just to thinking, China by using the capitalism could took away millions of people of Chinese citizens of the poor line, right? There is no communism there. It's a very, very hard capitalism over there. But uh, why rural towns? There's no such a problem in urban. I think the kind of capitalism I think can be an answer, but I think also the values that we breathe in our urban area, right? Uh, we are told ourselves to push ourselves all the time, right? To uh, put ourselves out of our comfort zones all the time. So the competition is the is what the mark of our urban areas, right? The kind of capitalism here, the competition all the time, to push yourself all the time. I think this is not a health society to create. And seems that this is a kind of factor that creates mental diseases all the time. And one of the consequences, I guess, is homelessness too. So that's it.
Yeah, there was a cool theory. And even like in small cities, you don't need a lot of money to afford a house. Of course, they don't pay the same, but living in big cities, it's really expensive. So in order to live, to eat, to do all those things you do in a small town, you need more money. You need to work harder. You need to take a bus and, take like 3, 4 hours to get to your house, to go back to work. So it's really complicated, the whole dynamic. So Carlos, what question you are choosing to answer?
Uh, Number 9. If you were homeless, ish, what would you do all day? Mm, what I would do all day? Don't know how to respond that question. I think that I will try to get money, some ask for ask, ask people for jobs, little jobs, find a way to get shower, uh, even mesmo que even se não mesmo, sei lá, uma poça, eu ia pular para tomar banho, sei lá, qualquer coisa. Então,
Yeah, that
é
was
isso.
my favorite question too, because I got to think like I would cry first, and then I would scream, I would ask people for money, I would sell my body to eat, I would try everything to eat and also to do my basic things, my basic needs, because you can do in front of people. But it's really complicated to imagine myself at the street without this place to live, without water, food, and without really, doing my basic hygiene. And I just don't know. I would cry a lot, definitely. And yeah, maybe suffering is the perfect answer. So guys, we don't have much time. We just have 1 minute. And I just want to say that I sent to all of you the feedback, actually the link of the feedback, so you guys can answer it, can give me some advice to improve the immersion, can say a suggestion of topic to talk about. And I want to say thank you all for coming today, especially you, Ricardo and Felipe, who's here for, the first time. And that was a really good conversation. I enjoyed a lot. I wish you could talk more because there are some questions that I was excited to talk about, but unfortunately, we don't have time, and that's always like this. And so we cannot exceed the time. So thank you all guys for coming, and I hope to see you again. Okay.
Bye bye. It
Okay.
was a pleasure.
Bye, guys.
Good
It was a
night.
pleasure.